The alienqueen froze when he spoke his name, then whispered, "It can't be." The grand hall of Aurelia pulsed with a low, living hum. Walls of bioluminescent crystal glowed in shifting hues, reflecting off the ceremonial armor of the alien guards. At the center, on a throne grown from a living root of the world tree, sat Queen Xyrus, the most feared and revered ruler in 3 galaxies. Her eyes, a molten gold, scanned the gathering without expression. She had presided over thousands of trials, heard the pleas of warlords and diplomats alike, and had never once faltered. Until now, the human stepped forward. He was tall for his kind, his frame lean but coiled with tension. Shackles bound his wrists, yet he moved with an ease that made the guards uneasy. His eyes, storm gray, met hers without fear. "What is your name?" The queen's voice resonated through the chamber, amplified by the living architecture. The man hesitated. Then, slowly he spoke. "My name is Varen." The hum of the hall seemed to die instantly. The guards froze mid-step. Somewhere above, the songbirds that nested in the crystalline rafters went silent. The queen's fingers tightened on the living wood of her throne. A faint tremor ran through her shoulders. "Say it again," she whispered. The words meant only for him, but in the silence, everyone heard. Kale's voice was low, deliberate. Varen. She inhaled sharply as if struck. Her golden eyes widened, but instead of anger or disdain, there was something else, recognition. "It can't be," she murmured, almost to herself. The court exchanged glances. Murmurs began to ripple, but one look from her halted them. She rose from the throne, each step down the vine-carved stairs deliberate, predatory. The air seemed to thicken, pressing down on everyone present. She stopped only a breath away from him. "Where did you hear that name?" Kale's lips curved in something that wasn't quite a smile. "It's mine. I was born with it." Her gaze searched his face as if peeling away layers of time. "Impossible. He died before the fall of your first moon." "I'm standing here," Kale said simply. "Alive." The queen's mind whirled. She remembered the last time she'd heard that name, on a burning battlefield, when the Varen heir had stood against her father's fleet. That man had been a legend and had perished before her very eyes. She had watched his ship fall into the burning seas. "Unless—" "You're lying," she said, but a conviction in her voice had thinned. "I'm not." Something flickered in his gaze. Pain, maybe, or a memory that refused to fade. "And if you truly believe I'm lying, then kill me now. End it." Her hand hovered near the blade at her side, yet it did not draw. Instead, she studied him with a hunter's patience. "Your eyes," she finally said. "They're his." Kale didn't answer. He simply held her gaze, unflinching. The chamber remained still for a long, suffocating moment. Then, in a tone that carried both danger and curiosity, the queen said, "Bring him to my private chamber." The guards hesitated. "My queen!" "Now." Her voice cut sharper than any blade. The corridors to her private sanctum twisted like the roots of an ancient tree. Inside, glowing vines draped the ceiling, and a pool of liquid light bubbled softly in the center. Here, the queen dismissed all attendants until only she and the human remained. "Remove his restraints." A guard obeyed reluctantly. The moment the shackles fell away, Kale rubbed his wrists and glanced around the room. "You kept it the same," he said quietly. Her breath caught again. "The same." As if he knew what it had looked like before the war. "Who are you?" she demanded. "Truly." "I told you." "No," she hissed, stepping closer. "That name belongs to a man who died 20 years ago. He was the only one who—" She stopped herself, jaw tightening. "The only one who what?" Kale pressed. Her eyes flashed with something raw and unguarded. "The only one who ever spared me." Silence. Kale's expression softened, barely. You were on that battlefield too. Her fist clenched. I was a prisoner. You! He freed me, at the cost of his own escape. Why? Why would an enemy do that? Kale's voice was low, almost a confession. Because you were just a girl, standing on a field drenched in blood, and I couldn't be the one to end your story. The queen's breath trembled, but her composure returned like armor sliding into place. Then how are you here? I don't know, he admitted. The ship went down. I woke up in the mines of Garuth. I've spent years trying to find out why I survived. His gaze sharpened. And why my name terrifies you. Her hand rose, hovering near his cheek, then stopped. Because if you are who you say you are, then the war we built everything on was a lie. Kale didn't move. Maybe it's time you found out the truth. They stared at each other, the air between them heavy with unspoken history. Outside, the hum of Aurelia resumed, but here, in this chamber, time felt suspended. Finally, the queen said, "If you're a Kale Varen, then everything changes." His mouth quirked faintly. That's the idea. Her golden eyes narrowed, not in hatred, but in calculation. Very well. You will stay here, under guard, and tomorrow we will find out if you're a ghost or a storm returned. Kale simply nodded. Either way, your majesty, the truth will hurt. And for the first time in decades, Queen Xyrus wasn't sure if she was ready to hear it.